What's up, guys? This is Ty Zen again. I'm broadcasting from Atlanta. It's the capital of the state of Georgia, in case you don't know where it's at. It's located on the east side of the United States. In this video, guys, I want to share with you guys another concept of life-changing finances. You guys know in this series I talk about the things that allows you to make a difference, that makes a life-changing amount of money in your life. We're not talking about getting a 10% raise or a $2 raise or a $10 raise in your job or anything like that. We're talking about the things that actually make you so much money that it changes your life, okay? So one of the things that I learned when I was growing up, and I'll share this with you guys in the form of a story so that you guys can learn it and remember it, because one of the things that my wealth mentor always taught me is that if you tell people facts, they just listen, but if you tell people a story, then they'll actually remember it, okay? So when I was growing up, I had hair down to my chest. When I was a teenager, I thought I was cool. I thought I looked cool. I would wear, whatever. You would not catch me in a dress shirt like this or in dress slacks or anything like that, because I wanted to be cool. And the first time that I met the first millionaire in my life, right, he would always laugh at me, and not in a bad way, but he thought that I was funny, because here I was, I wanted to be wealthy, I wanted to make more money in my life, but my appearance, the way I look, the way I talk, and everything, none of it would convey wealth, okay? And the thing that I learned from him, every time I introduced him to my friends, and when my friends left, after my friends left, my wealth mentor would always tell me that, if I wanted to soar like an eagle, I cannot hang around a bunch of turkeys, okay? He said that I was really good at finding turkeys to hang around with, but if I find one eagle to hang around with, it would be worth 1,000 turkeys, because the turkeys can't fly. So if you want to go to a higher level in your life, you cannot do that hanging around a bunch of turkeys that cannot go anywhere, okay? So that's what he taught me. It took me like 5 years to implement that simple lesson, okay? And one of the things that I learned, if you guys hear in my other videos about my friends like Eric G or Dr. B or my friend LeonFood.com, the great oracle of cryptocurrency, I can't believe that guy called Lisk to 30 cents and he was on the money. On the money. He was on the money, guys. So you guys are fortunate that I got the oracle of cryptocurrency here on my channel, so you guys can benefit from it. Anyway, guys, so it's important who you hang around with, guys, because it can, bring you up or tear you down. There's two types of friends that I noticed that I have hung around with in my life that has made a game-changing, these guys make a life-changing, it impacts my money to the point that I would consider a life-changing financial factor or component, okay? And these two types of friends, right, are what I call friends by choice and friends by default. What I mean by friends by default are people that you grow up with and you just end up being their friend and you guys become friends just because by default you are together in the same location. I'll give you guys a few examples. When you go up in the same neighborhood, the same kids that are in your neighborhood, you become friends with them. For example, if your next door neighbor, the kids across the street, the kids down the street, you guys hang out together. Those are what I call friends by default, because by default they are in your vicinity, they're within your location, so you automatically become their friends and you guys just become friends. Later on in life, you might still be their friends in middle school, high school, college, but that friend might turn out to be a loser and you might still be their friend simply because by default they have been near you by location throughout your entire life. The other examples of friends by default are friends that you work with, your coworkers, your classmates, your colleagues, right? You become friends just because by default you are near each other or in the same location or in the same work environment or the same school environment, or you can even be friends because you guys go to church together or go to the temple or the mosque together, and you just become friends just because you guys are in the same location. Most people that are friends by default, most friends by default are usually happen because you're in the same location or you have the same interests and things like that. Those friends, if you are lucky and you happen to catch a friend by default that happens to be smart, intelligent, and not just smart and intelligent, but they happen to have the life-changing financial skills, then you're lucky. Okay, for example, I'll give you guys an example. If you happen to be Bill Gates' college roommate, or you happen to be his next door roommate, or you happen to be Mark Zuckerberg, the owner of Facebook, or Bill Gates, the owner of that started of Microsoft, then later on in life, even if these guys become rich and wealthy, you still have the ability to call them up and holler at them or talk to them because you were their former college roommate or they're in the same fraternity or whatever it is, okay? However, if you were not in that situation, you would not be able to reach out and talk to these guys, okay? So if you're lucky and you have friends by default like Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg, or they happen to be, let's say, Donald Trump's son, or you happen to be the friends or college roommates with the kids of the president, Obama's kids or something like that, or you happen to be roommates with Chelsea Clinton, the daughter of former President Bill Clinton or something. Those are good friends by default to have, because by default they already have the problem of financial life-changing finance solved for them, and you can benefit from being around them, okay? So those are all examples of friends by default that happen. Most friends by default are not good, guys, just so you guys know that. If you look at your current friends, the majority of them that are friends by default, they are usually not, if you did not live near them or go to school with them or work with them, more than likely if you met that friend in the middle of the streets or at the mall or at a concert or something, you probably would not become lifelong friends with them, simply because they're not the type of people that would be life-changing, that would contribute to your life-changing financial skills, right? So now that's enough about friends by default. Let's talk about the other type of friends that I call friends by choice. Friends by choice means that you consciously and purposefully and intentionally seek out a person that has the potential to contribute towards your life-changing financial skills and to make a life-changing impact in your finances. And that's the reason why you chose to be their friend, okay? So those friends, I'll give you guys an example. When I first met LeonFu.com, if you guys watch that video of how I first met him, I talk about meeting LeonFu.com. He became friends with me because he saw that I could make a life-changing finance, be a factor, a life-changing factor in his life, because he knew that I was the top club promoter and had picked up thousands and thousands of girls for the club owners in the club district of Austin. So that was a component in his life at that time, many years ago, where he needed to improve. So he became friends with me to learn and hope that my skills in meeting and picking up women for the clubs would benefit him, which it did, okay? He's not the same LeonFu.com that he was many years ago when I first met him. Now, when I first met LeonFu.com, if you guys listen to the previous video of if you guys watched the video, who was LeonFu.com, you guys know that he used to work at in the settlement department for, I think it was Deutsche Bank, or he worked for two major banks in New York, and that was how he saw the benefits of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin can settle transactions much more, much faster than anything that we have right now on Wall Street, right? So when I first met him, he had just moved to Texas, and he was retired. And when I met him, he was not working or anything. And it was the first time that I had, one of the few times that I met a young guy that was already retired in his mid to late 20s. Okay, so that's why I got to know him, because I figured that whatever he was doing that got him to retire in his mid to late 20s, I needed to know about it as well, and there's things that I can learn from him about that. So that's how I became friends with him, and I chose to become friends with him because it was in front of me. I mean, he had the finances that showed that he knew about finances, and just knowing leonfu.com alone, the Oracle cryptocurrency, I will have to say that I have that, just knowing him as a friend has put hundreds of thousands of dollars in my pocket over the years, okay? And I am confident that just knowing him alone will put hundreds of thousands of dollars more into my pocket later on in the future. Not because he gives it to me, but because of the knowledge and the experience he has in different fields will help me make money. So that's what I call a friend by choice. I purposely saw that he was a person that had life-changing financial skills, and I wanted to learn from him. Okay, so I became friends with him. He's not the only one. When I met my friend Dr. B, he was the second wealthiest doctor in his city, and when I first met him, I was fascinated. You know, whenever you're the number one, number two, and number three guy in your field, in a competitive field, I want to know you, okay? And if I can, I would like to be your friend, okay? In a future video, guys, I'll talk about some of the skills and some of the things that I learned that you can use, that when you meet somebody that's wealthy, how to become their friends without being clingy and needy and make it look like you're trying to suck off of them, okay? Or trying to,
so that's a 50, yeah,
you know,
I know that,
kiss their ass or something.
50-50
So there's some specific skills that you can do to do that, okay? So I want to wrap up this video, guys, just to summarize that one of the key factors in life-changing finance is who you hang around with. And there are two types of people you can hang around with. You can hang around with people that you choose, which is what I call friends by choice, or you can hang around people that just happens to be there in your vicinity, and that's what I call friends by default. In order to create a life-changing financial situation in your life, you must purposefully and intentionally choose friends by choice and not friends by default, okay? If you guys like these types of videos, guys, about life-changing finance, give me a thumbs up, and I'll share some more with you of the things that I learned throughout my life. If you guys don't like it, give me a thumbs down so I don't waste time making it. And if you have friends or family or people that are stuck at where they're at in life, and they want to know how to create life-changing finances in their life, make sure that you share this video with them, and tell them to subscribe to my channel. And I'll look forward to seeing you guys in a future video, guys. I'm really grateful to be where I'm at today, guys, to be able to have the opportunity to share with you guys this. And I hope that you guys use it, because no one ever told me or pointed it out to me in my life growing up. So I hope that you guys enjoyed, okay? I'm gonna give you a quick shot, guys, because we're stuck here in traffic. I'm gonna give you a quick shot of what Atlanta looks like, okay? So this is the area of North Atlanta right here.
Or south.
Okay. All right. So if you guys like trees, if you're an environmentalist and you like trees, you will love Atlanta, because Atlanta has 1 million trees for every square mile. I swear, everywhere you go, you find nothing but trees, okay? So it's one of the biggest cities in America that is got millions of trees inside of it. All right, so thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you guys in a future video.